My pledge of allegiance to Africa. I pledge allegiance to Africa, home of the first civilization of mankind, the second largest continent on earth, rich with natural resources like gold, diamonds, coltan, uranium, iron ore, and much more. I will defend you from enemies, both foreign and domestic. I will fight for you. I will die for you. With dignity, a clean conscience, and no malice in my heart, these things I pledge. Hi, lovely people. Welcome to the KDC Studio Podcast, Living Africa. Africa is a story that cannot be told from the outside. It is a life that has to be lived from within. I'm Mr. Yusuf, your host this evening. Here, we will dwell into the heartbeat of the continent of Africa. We will walk barefooted and let you know every scent, every story, and every sound has a meaning. You know, I came to Africa 4 years ago. I'm a Black American, African American, and I came to Africa on a mission. And my mission is to bring awareness to the young people of Africa about how important it is to unite this continent. You know, at present, this continent has 54 countries. Imagine if we united those 54 countries into one country. Africa would be the most powerful country on the planet Earth. Why so? Because the natural resources and minerals on this continent is known nowhere else on the earth. God has blessed this continent with these resources. It is an inheritance for all Africans on the planet Earth that these resources belong to us. So I encourage the young people, to study Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is a desire to unite the continent. You know, we for so long, our governments have been controlled by, outside forces. So if we can understand the power that we will possess if we would unite this continent, one voice, one leader, one president, one language, one currency, one passport, one destiny. It is very imperative that we teach this to our young people on this continent. Since my coming here 4 years ago, I have noticed that most of the people here are not patriotic. Patriotic in the sense that most of the young people that I have encountered since my coming here, they want to leave the continent. As soon as they finish school, they want to leave the continent of Africa and go to Paris, go to London, go to New York, Canada, and places like that. But I say that if you love Paris, if you love London, if you love New York, why don't we stay here and make Africa look like Paris and New York and London? Because we have the resources to do these things. We have the resources to develop this continent into a world superpower. And it boggles my mind that people here don't understand that. What we can do if we unite and stop running away from the continent, stop running, dying in the Sahara Desert, drowning in the Mediterranean Sea, trying to get to Europe. And this is what our young people are doing. So we have to give them a message, that will make them understand that it's imperative that they stay here, that our minds are being exported, elsewhere. Our talents are being exported elsewhere. And we have to change this. And this is why I'm here. And secondly, knowing that my great-great-grandfather was kidnapped from this continent at some point. I don't know when, but that's how I got to America, because I'm a descendant of enslaved Africans. So knowing that my grandfather one day he left home and he was kidnapped. He was chained, put on a slave ship, and taken to America, right? So in honor of my grandfather, who never saw Africa again, he never smelled fufu, he forgot, his descendants forgot the language. We forgot the culture. So in honor of my grandfather, I am coming back to Africa to stay until I die. I'm here to die. I will never live in America. I will never live in the Western world again. I was born and raised there, but I will never go back to live. To visit, yes, but I'm here. I'm coming to stay in honor of my great great grandfather who was kidnapped, who was stolen, and taken to America against his will. So I encourage again the educational system, to start teaching Pan-Africanism. And roughly Pan-Africanism only means the uniting of the African continent, the 54 countries that we have that comprise this continent. Yes, it is very important that we understand that. And I thank you for honoring me with your time. Thanks for watching our first episode of KDC Studios, Living in Africa. I'm your host, Mr. Yusuf, and we will see you same time next week.